Let me talk to you guys today about something that can take you very far in life, and that's period. Today we're going to be talking very briefly about manifesting your goals. Let's start from the top. So manifesting is basically when you have a idea or a concept or something like that and you think it into belief. Actually, let me look up the correct definition. I'll put it up here on the screen too when I read it. Manifesting: to display or show a quality or feeling by one's acts or appearance or demonstrations, to be evidence or proof of. Okay, an alignment becoming apparent through the appearance of symptoms. So, in layman's terms, manifesting is basically when you take an idea or a thought or an appearance and you live it as if it already is or was. So, manifesting your goals is so important because once you train your mind to actually believe that you can do something, there's nothing that can literally possibly stop your mind from doing that. And it may sound a little bit kind of unbelievable, and I know a lot of people don't believe that if you just think something it can happen, but trust me, it is true and it works. It's a different kind of magic that humans have that a lot of people don't actually grasp the way that it really could be grasped. So for one, let's take B. Simone for example. B. Simone is like the quote-unquote queen of manifesting, and it's crazy because so many people look up to B. Simone and be like, man, I wish I could have the things that she had, or man, you know, I wish that I could manifest the way that she manifested. She manifested so hard that the baby saw her and now he'd be talking to her all the time or whatever. Or she manifested so hard now she has $1 million or whatever the case may be. She's a millionaire now. But it's all about the way that you think about the things that you want. So say for instance, I want to be successful in life. I want to have my own house. Well, scratch that. I'm successful in life. I have my own house. These are already things that are in store for me. You see the way that I just fixed my mouth to say what I said before? You see how the way I corrected myself? That's how you have to manifest. You have to speak it into existence. I already know what kind of house I have. My house is already built. My land is already cleared and cultivated. And that's period. I want, and I'm good, and everybody knows this, I want a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, granite or marble countertop. Oh, excuse me. I want a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, open concept kitchen with marble or granite countertops, a 12-foot pool, all on a 17-acre lot. And that's just what it is, and that's what I'm gonna have. That's what I have, and I already know that to be true. Okay. Number 2, you need to make sure that the things that you say you want are in line with the things that you are doing. And that is just that. And I cannot stress it enough how important this is, because as important it is to think something, it's even more important to act on those. And not to sound too combative, I'm gonna bring it down a couple notches, not to sound too combative, but just know that it's important to think about the things that you want, but it's even more important to act on those things, because one day you're going to look back and you're going to have the mindset of a person who's fully evolved, but you're going to have the progress of somebody who hasn't made it there just yet. And that's because you thought about it, but you never put the fire and the action behind it. That brings us to number 3. Work on the things that you can improve within yourself. I know this sounds really difficult to say, because we live in a time period where pretty much anything is possible and you can do anything that you put your mind to. And it's crazy, but sometimes you just can't have your hand in everything. Once you stop wasting so much time on situations that could just be dealt with and over with, especially it just, life is so much smoother, and you'll have more opportunities to focus on what really matters, which is your goals, which is love and family and friends. You know, that's the most important thing, and God. So it's just important to waste less time on things that you can do for yourself or fix yourself, and then spend more time doing things that could be improved. Then lastly, number 4, I would say the most important thing about all of manifesting is number 4. And number 4 is something that you can do when you're manifesting, you can do after you've manifested and your manifestations have come to fruition. You could do this from the bottom all the way to the top, and I'm trying to do that more myself. Number 4 is pour into others. Where you are right now, somebody else is not. And where you want to be, somebody else is. You can always get higher up, but there are people that are down below you who are also trying to get to where you are. So it's always important to make sure that you share your findings, your learning, like your experiences and things like that. And I've noticed that during these quarantine times, I don't know if anybody else says that, but I say that quarantine times. I think it's cute. But I've noticed that a lot of times as of right now, like a lot of people have been pouring into each other a lot more, and I think it's beautiful. And it's important because when you help others grow, you unintentionally grow as well. I don't know if anybody else has ever heard this quote before, but the quote says, by shining your light, you unintentionally give others the permission to shine as well. Did I say that right, Jasmine? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. But by shining your light, you unintentionally give others the permission to shine as well. And it's important that when you find yourself in a situation where you are blessed and you are shining your light, that and sometimes it's unintentional sometimes, other people will see you and they will feel inspired by you, and they'll feel provoked to do the same. And that's a beautiful thing, when you can share your manifestations and let other people see them and they feel blessed as well just by seeing it. And some people have that quality within themselves that's so innate, and like nobody tells them to do it or anything like that. Like there's some entrepreneurs that I follow and they inspire me all the time. I mean, there's so many different people out there who just inspire me just by doing what they do, you know? And that's what I think is crazy. And that's another way that I find myself manifesting. I say, okay, well, these are people who I feel like are worth being duplicated. These are people who I see quality in, and they do certain things that I would like to see within myself, and I'm going to manifest those things within myself. And by seeing that, and hopefully they probably don't even know, but by seeing things that other people do and putting it into terms within, like putting it into view and kind of finding those qualities, it kind of also helps you see what you would like to be at the end of the day. And then some people might also see that in you. So that's why I feel like it's important to always reach back and pour into others, because yes, you've manifested, but what after? What after? In the meantime, while you're doing all these manifestations, what are you giving other people? Because trust me, it matters. It definitely matters. And a lot of people say, oh, well, you know, I don't really care about my reputation. I don't care what other people think about me. Everybody says that until somebody thinks something positive about them. So that's why I say always pour into other people. Don't just do it sometimes, do it all the time, you know? So just keep in mind, always pour into others. But that's all I have for today. If you guys want more videos on like manifesting and things like that, definitely let me know. I just wanted to share that little bit with you guys today, and hopefully this might inspire you guys to go look up some other things, you know, find some other people who talk about this stuff on the daily, you feel me? And maybe they'll be able to relate to you. If I wasn't able to relate to you, maybe they'll be more able to relate to you, because this is something that I feel like everyone can benefit from, whether you do it whether you manifest by meditation or writing or exercising, cooking, designing clothes, selling lashes, whatever it is that you do to manifest. Maybe there's someone out there who can help you out with that. But that's just something that I feel like is very important, that I also feel like you all could benefit from if you all did it a little bit more often. But yeah, that was it, and I hope you guys like this video. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head out now.